Okay, my name's Mark, and this is my attempt at documenting the restoration of my 1966 Ford F100. Now, this little pickup has kind of a cool history. My dad bought this truck brand new in 1965. It was the only new truck that he ever bought, and it went through some pretty good stories. I'll tell you some of those stories over time, but I bought it. This was my first vehicle. I bought it from him when I was 16 years old. I paid $500 for it, and for a long time, even after I got married, it was the only vehicle that we had, and we were pretty young, and so we had a couple kids in it before we had anything else to drive. But let me just show you some of the stuff that I'm going to be working on today. It's going to get a full restoration. I'm going to take the bed off and tear the front clip off and take the motor out and clean it all up and restore it, and just go through and try to document it the best I can so that you can get an idea. I've got some experience with this kind of stuff. Been handy all my life. I've worked on this stuff, you know, out of necessity. I never had the money to pay somebody to fix stuff for me, and so I had to work on stuff all my life. And so I've worked on this truck a lot. It's the original color. It's been painted one time. And let me just show you some things about it. Trying to show you what we're going to be working on today. I came home from work the other day and decided that I was going to get started on it. There was, down in this area right here, there was a crack in the sheet metal that's been there for 40 years, and I decided to fix that. So I didn't record any of that, but I welded that up and started working on the body a little bit there. But this is what I'm going to work on today. This is my this is a rust hole in the front of the bed. When I bought this truck from my dad, there was a sticker right in this area right here that was the weight. Back in the day, you had to put whether it was good for 6,000, 9,000, or 12,000 pounds, and that's where the 6,000 pound sticker was. And it got moisture behind it, and it rusted a little hole, probably the size of a silver dollar. And so when I got it ready to paint the first time back almost 40 years ago, as you can see in the back, there's a plate. I had a friend of mine weld a plate behind the hole, and then I filled it with body filler, and you can see that body filler in there. If I go in a little bit more, and so it started to bubble after a few years, and then it got to where it is now. And so earlier this year, I bought a bed off one of our classified sites, and I cut the piece out of it, which is laying here on the floor. I cut this piece out of it to weld into that spot, and this is just the whole side of the bed that I cut out. You can kind of see it there. But that's what I'm going to work on today. Hopefully I can get you some good information. All the stuff you're going to see me use in these videos, my welder, especially my welder, I bought that used. It's Lincoln. I'll show you a picture of it here in a bit, but no, it's actually a Miller, sorry. Miller, Lincoln, I can't remember. But I'm just here in my home garage. and I'm going to get started, see if I can't film some of this as I'm getting this ready to cut out and weld this new piece in.